my mindset was, as long as he makes me happy,
Wow.
then I'm in. Because the goal in marriage is to become one.
Yeah.
One come dey totori me. If I come comot now, I come dey only me one come dey train dis children. If I come comot now, my friends go come dey laugh me. If I come comot now, my mama and my papa dem no go open door for me make I enter house. Okay. If you no comot now, you go die oo. Look am the other way. So if you dey give excuse say if you no comot, wetin go happen to your children? If you no wan
So in
comot,
case you're wondering, the
still
woman
think am
here
say
that you
if
saw
you
is
die nko?
Osinachi Nwachukwu.
If you die
Actually,
nko?
Osinachi Nwachukwu
If you die
was
nko?
a very devoted singer, a mother, a gospel artist. She's a married woman, or she was a married woman, who just died. And from the research I've carried out because of domestic violence, that she was beaten by the husband, she's been abused, and many people reportedly told their stories in different forms through the different write-up and Facebook page of how the husband has always maltreated her, and she remained there because she has 4 children. And our African society, unfortunately, is a place that divorce is seen as a very, very religious taboo. You don't divorce. And they forget that even if you do not divorce, separation is still okay. Why stay in an abusive relationship? The thing with most Christians is that the religion takes a whole ton of, has this rigid hold on them. They forget that it's not about religion, it's about personal relationship with God. Sincerely, if you die for nothing, if you die because you're wondering, you heard what that lady said. She said, you're saying I cannot leave my children. I cannot do this. I cannot. What if you died? What if it becomes over? Life would go on. If you're not there, that man who mistreats you, who has no respect for you, who sees himself as your God just because he answered your husband, he will move on. And those precious kids you're trying to protect, you wouldn't know anything else about them. Their fate will be in the hands of possibly another woman who will never be you in their life. In most cases, how many people can stand and take care of another woman's child as if they were theirs? You hardly get them.
So ladies, why remain there? If you're not comfortable in his presence, that's a red flag. If he raises his hands to hit you, that's a red flag. If you cannot live your life and be bored about it and feel beautiful inside and out, when you're with your friends, you can't feel free to chat. You can't even make your own business. He controls every of your account. He calls the shot in every way. How are you one? Why are you there? No, let's be honest. Now, what I hear often is that women who are in such a relationship, they just wonder, how do I cope? Because I've been a housewife, for example, all along. I have no savings whatsoever. How do I cope outside his home? This is a man who has been taking care of me, but he's just, like they would say, he's just temperamental. They tend to even make excuse, for an elderly person, an adult, why he's the way he is. They say he's just temperamental, and you have become his punching bag. You have become, do not mind, this is just a video I put up. I used on one of the videos here. I think the topic was friendly, so I was laughing because the topic at hand is not a funny one. Many women have died under this topic. Domestic violence. Men as well. Let's be honest. Men as well. Children as well. Domestic violence. Children as well. People in all categories. If you are with someone else's child who has come to you for help. And now at some point you're no longer happy with the person's services. Please let him or her go. If you're married to a woman whom you have intimacy with, she has given birth for you, or whether she has not also, please, you have no right to hit her. If you no longer derive joy from your partner, live a life. You heard Cece Winans. She said, as long as he makes me happy, we're in. And from the full interview, at some point she said, even when he just doesn't make me happy, not because he causes it, but because of situations that tends to try our challenge, not from him, some underlying causes, then it's not his fault. I should stay with him. And there I think she's referring to perhaps the man falls sick and they could no longer do things that they do before. Now it's up to her to say, I will still stay. But not that he hits you. The one you trust. The one you swore with everything in you to stay with. The one you left your father's house, your comfort zone, your mother's house, your siblings. You took to his name. He hits you and you stay. He shouts on you and unnecessarily seizes your whole account, turns you to a slave, and you stay. Immediately, that person dies. It's over. Immediately, the person just, like I will always say, if nothing is done and you take your last breath for no just cause, it's not worth it, sister. Please leave. Brother, it's not worth the stay. Life throws heavy blows at people unexpectedly at certain times. At some point in your life, who is now the one to console you? You come back home to your soulmate, the one whom you should rub your minds together with, and he's just fully against you for nothing, and you stay? Because of what will people say? What will people say has destroyed lives? What will people say has destroyed generation? That statement, what will people say? It has done lots of harm than good. What will people say? You see someone who's in dire need of help, one who is being molested and violated, is in danger of fear, is in so much fear you won't believe it. They need help. I heard someone say, I tried to help her, but I know at the end of the day, she's going to turn me into an enemy. You cannot expect to be her friend when she doesn't even know what's best for her to do. Take the chance of being an enemy. Do what you should do so that not when it's all over, you say, I should have done this. Do what you ought to do when you meet someone who is going through hell in the hands of the people he or she calls a family. That is inhuman if you do nothing and say, what will people say? Why don't I mind my business? You will stand the chance to blame yourself and regret it because your little effort could have been all that is needed. I just wondered and said, imagine that someone called police once on this man. Imagine that a neighbor witnessed this brutal action that was done, brutal treatment that was done by Osinachi's husband towards his own wife. A man kicked his wife on the chest until the heart got clogged with blood, blood clot. And she died. She passed away in a very painful way, in a very agonizing way, in pain. This is a woman who sings to God. This is a woman who worships. You keep saying God is going to change him. Listen, it takes a willing heart for God to change. You can't change a man just like that. You can't change a beast. You don't change a Lucifer. Some of them are worse than hardened criminals. I'm sorry, but they learn in a very hard way. You don't change them like that. Some of them, before they learn, they receive pain that touches their soul before they sit back to say, wow, they didn't just change, they changed from pain. You shouldn't be the one to pay with your life to cause them change. When you see someone who is in such a situation, call the police, call whoever to tame him. The man was crude and cruel. He needed taming. The punishment should have been meted out on him long ago. Had someone voiced out, called the police on him, and he got some torturing in the police cell, the woman would have realized and say, oh, I could actually leave. He could actually fear something in his life. The man is disengaged from his family, disengaged from the crowd. Nobody to tame him. Nobody could have tamed him down. Can we stand and be our brother's keeper? Can we watch out for others and not say, what would